Good evening, everyone. How you guys doing? It is April the 29th, and let's hit the charts here. We're looking at the 2-minute chart of NASDAQ right here. And the one thing that we're going to do is just kind of look at some divergences, of opening New York Open, actually. So it's really interesting that you can find so many, throughout any instrument that you're doing. And around the open, you can find quite a few, or just right after the open. So let's take a look at some of these right now. So here I am looking at the futures chart of NASDAQ. And you can just wait. There's no rush in trading. So what I like to do is just wait until the divergence just forms itself. Okay, so right here, right off the bat, we have a really nice bearish divergence. Okay, and looking at the oscillators, this one is equal highs, so that still counts as a divergence pattern right here. So what I like to do is just wait for the trading oracle signal right here and take your trade, going down to the next level and get some good points. Now, many times soon after this, as price heads down, and I have my chart marked, because if you look to the left, we had two areas of support right here. Okay, and always have your chart marked, prior to trading. So right here we have a beautiful H pattern. I like to call these the H pattern bullish divergence right here, because you are seeing a lowercase h. Sorry, I didn't draw that H so well, but a little crooked up on top, but you understand what I'm getting at right here. So you have an H pattern, and usually when you hit a key level like this, there's 9 out of 10 times you're going to find that nice bullish divergence right here. So right here, price is making a lower high, while your oscillator right here is making a higher high. Sorry, this was a lower low, and this is making a lower high right here. So you can really see how this is doing the opposite right here. And you could wait for your trading oracle signal and go up for some points. Okay, so this right here is kind of like at the New York Open, and these patterns, you see these patterns all the time, especially this H pattern during the open. You're going to see this quite often, so be on the lookout for something like this, especially at a level right here. Let's take a look at what was going on with SPY today. Many of our group likes to trade SPY, so let's see what was happening here. So once again, you have the this bearish divergence right at the open right here. Okay, you can clearly see that happening right here, and the oscillator, the top one, is the ultimate oscillator. It's doing the opposite right here, and you wait for your signal. Now, unfortunately, with this one was just like a massive, impulse drop, just coming right down. So depending where you've gotten in on here, you could have gathered some nice points, so if not, then you can just wait to see what happens next. Now right here, this is also another H pattern that you can see this happening, but this side of price just actually stayed higher than this. So this is where you really want to look at this carefully and see if a divergence is in hand. This could be a hidden bullish divergence, And that's exactly what this is turning out to be, because if you look at the oscillator on this end, this side is just dipping down just a little bit more right here. So this is fair to say that this is it's a hidden bullish divergence right here, and you can wait for your signal. And this is actually a nice slingshot signal. So for those of you that are new to trading Oracle, this slingshot signal is really nice because, you know, the bands right here, the EMAs, they pull back like you're pulling back a slingshot. Okay, so once you get the signal, that's the trigger, you release it, and then price just shoots right out. Okay, so that's exactly what was happening here. So, you know, once again, you see that same pattern happening again. Okay, and since we're right here, I just want to show you this here too. This here is a nice little bearish divergence, because we do have, you know, a nice zone area right here. I just want to show you this real quick. Here it is. Price is making a higher high, and if you're looking at the oscillators right here, right on the TSI, it is making it's a lower high right over here. So it's doing the opposite right here, and you also see that right here on the TTM squeeze right there, and as well as the ultimate oscillator. You can see the momentum shifting on all three oscillators right here. So you have triple confirmation, and you can wait for the signal and go down for some points. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that, but I just wanted to focus mainly around the New York Open, because you do get a lot of these divergences. Okay, so let's move along. You know, for those that are trading stocks, this happens on stocks too. Let's see what Apple has in play here for us. So we're on 2-minute, you know, Apple chart right here. So the one thing that I do notice here is my EMAs. They're pretty strong with the upward trend. You can really see it. You know, this is a nice sequence of red, orange, and teal EMAs, and VWAP is right underneath price. So, you know, I like to see if there is a divergence. If not, sometimes we just have to wait a little bit and see what we can find. So just kind of looking at the lows of price here right before the open, I don't really see much happening right here. I'm not really sure. You have to zoom in sometimes to see if this is an actual. No, this doesn't fit the profile. So we just wait. If you're trading divergences, we just have to wait a little bit and see what happens when price changes direction. So up here you have a nice double top, and it's also a nice M pattern, but you know, we can zoom in, and by using the crosshair, the horizontal crosshair of my cursor, this side is just up just a tad higher than this side. Okay, so that's fine, but you can clearly see on the oscillators right here, the oscillator is shifting direction right here. It only takes one of these oscillators to count as a divergence trade right through here, and here we have them on all three. So you do have a triple confirmation, and once again you just wait for the signal and get some points. Okay, this one just kind of went a little sideways, but went further down before, just literally just went sideways here. So that's what's happening on Apple. Let's check some of the popular ones here. Let's see what Amazon was doing. So on Amazon here, pre-market, you can see here price went up high, almost, you know, just reached yesterday's resistance zone. came right down, and the morning bell came through here. So what I like to see is if I could find the opposite right here, and we clearly have a nice continuation bearish divergence right here, and you can see that right off of the TSI. You can see that the momentum on here is a little bit different than the momentum of price, and then you wait for the signal, the trading oracle signal, and you can come down for some good points. So this is the really cool thing about the trading oracle signal right here, is that once you spot the divergence as it's forming, just like a few bars later, you will get that trading oracle signal and plan your trade this way. Or what I like to do is I set alerts on these buy and sell signals. So once the signal comes through, then I just check real fast and see if I can spot the divergence pattern and enter the trade. Okay, so it's these are really nice, especially during the open. There's a lot of volatility in here, and this is where you can gain a lot of points in here. Okay, so let's see what Google was doing. A lot of times these tech stocks like to follow each other, so just right through here you can kind of see the sequence right in here. It's just a nice 200 EMA cloud. The EMAs have that nice red, orange, and teal color sequence, and VWAP is also right above price, or right where it just closes right below. Price closes just right below VWAP, and just want to see if between here and here there's a nice continuation divergence, especially with this nice color sequence that we have. And once again, it just doesn't fail. You do get that nice divergence pattern right off of the TSI. Let me just kind of zoom in on that so you can see that. And from here, you can take that trade just going down right when you get that signal, and then right when the market starts, you got some good points, and price just stops right at the main pivot point. I do like to use pivot points. That's what all these horizontal lines are in here. This is a resistance, the resistance 1. This horizontal purple line here is the main pivot point, and this horizontal green is support 1 right through here. So once again, it just doesn't fail. If you miss that divergence trade, we can always look for more. And this is really interesting because the obviously you can see everything went down, but you can see here price was just really being stopped by these EMAs right in here. The pressure, the selling pressure, was just really strong. So from this peak down to these peaks right here, we also want to see if there's another divergence that we can take on. So I'm just going to delete this one, this line right here, and delete that line, and you can go from this peak down to this peak. You can obviously see that that's moving down, and I'm just checking my oscillators right through here. We do have equal highs, or actually depending where which part of the line you're hitting here, it can either be equal highs right in here, or this is shifting a little bit higher, but you can really see that a little bit right at the TTM squeeze right through here. Okay, and this is catching it right off of these peaks right here. So the shift does move downwards in here, And once again, you got these nice golden signals for some nice points. Okay, let's see what Meta was doing, or Facebook right here. Once again, it's pretty much the same type of a sequence that you can see here. If you're trading multiple instruments, you can, if you have multiple screens open with viewing different ones, they follow each other many times, and you can clearly see it. Once again, shift is moving down on price, and we want to see what's happening on the oscillators right here. Here, we're not catching it right here. We are not catching it here as well, but from this peak going down to this peak right here, you can clearly see that there were equal highs, and there was a lower high on, oops, this thing is not cooperating today, right here on the TTM squeeze, and you can clearly see the equal highs on the ultimate oscillator right there. So you can just wait for the signal. Let me just kind of mark this way. And that's what happens a lot of times. Sometimes you just can't find that continuation divergence. So if there happens to be a little bit of price action, see what's happening here, because there's many times that you will find that divergence pattern in here too. And this one just really took off going down, and you got some really good points going down this way. All right. For those that are trading some of the financials, this is futures. Okay, this one right here we have this is the bond futures right in here. You can really see what was happening. As price is coming up right through here, we are seeing that price reached a level. If we look to the left, and sometimes you can go to a higher time frame just to kind of see why price was stopping where it did. Okay, if you can't find that still, and if you see like a certain peak area, you can always draw in a horizontal line, as I have right here, and then just look to the left, and that can be a really nice way of finding some good zone areas. So you can clearly see right here, just going back like a couple days, this is a nice level in here that price is reacting to, and right now I'm just bringing that forward here to where we are, and you can really see how it's affecting price at this level and in the future right here. So going back to the 2-minute time frame, we have that area. You can see our little zone area right here. So what's happening here is, once these trading oracle signals, these sell signals pop into play, then I am looking for a divergence, through some of these peaks right in here. And I'm going to mark this right here. I'm looking from this peak to this peak, and you can clearly see another equal high on the TSI right here. So that's a really nice one. Now this also can happen on different time frames. I like the 2-minute time frame. I also like using the 4-minute time frame. Okay, and as price is coming down right here after this nice divergence, okay, price is stopping right here. So once again, we want to look to the left and kind of sort out, why did price stop through here. So you can just take your horizontal tool, and you can follow that line now straight across coming through here. It just kind of went right past the pivot point right here. So you can clearly see this is a much bigger zone area coming in right through here, and this is why price is stopping. This could be one of the results right in here, and or we have some lows right in here, and price could have also this section here to the left could have caused price to stop at this point right here. So if you are taking this bearish divergence from way up here, this could have been a nice level to stop. If not, if you had this marked, you could have stopped down this way. So what's happening right here now, looking at the oscillators as price is coming down, you can see this low peak area right here. Okay, you can even draw a straight line, and for a bullish divergence, what you want to see is the oscillator right here, the bands. You want these bands to be above this horizontal line I just drew right in here. Okay, because as price is making these lows, these lower lows right here, you want the oscillator to making higher lows right in here. And this is where you can take this line then and go up once you start to see your oracle signal right here. Okay, now there is one right over here on this side, but one of the reasons I am stopping right over here is because the EMAs right here, just right at the open was just really strong, and it's a really strong push coming down, and usually price likes to react, especially at the open, what's happening, and that's why price didn't make it all the way up. It stopped right there, kind of went down to this next level, and this was a really nice key level right here of support. So with this signal, it was fortunate enough for price to move up higher up into this zone area right in here. So you can kind of see what's happening here. These highs, just bring that straight out. Okay, and it's also affecting price in the future right there. So, and once again, this is another nice bearish divergence right in here from this peak to this peak, and you can see the ultimate oscillator, okay, from this peak area to this peak area, and once again from this peak to this peak on the TTM squeeze, and then you can wait for the signal and take your nice trade coming down right through there. Okay, we'll take a look at another one here. Now this also works for Forex as well. Let's take a look at Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen and see what's happening here. All right, during the open here, it just got a little bit flat right here, but that's okay. This happens. So what I like to see, on here is I'm looking at the EMAs, and right now, according to these EMAs, everything is pushing upwards. We had a transitional level right here where price came down pretty hard right here, and it's transitioning. The EMAs are transitioning to the bull market right here for the morning, and price here is making a push to the upside. So right in here then, I want to find either a bullish divergence or a continuation hidden bullish divergence in here. So what I like to see is the EMAs right in here. I mean, not the EMAs, but price action. I want to see what's happening in here. So here you can clearly see, price is coming down, and here's the shift in momentum right here, just saying that price here is starting to shift to the upside. Same thing with the TSI. This is moving up, and you can even see it. Let me just zoom in a little bit on the TTM squeeze. This is also squeezing higher up right in here too. Okay, so, and you can just wait for these signals, and price pushes higher. So that was happening on the Aussie yen. Okay, another really popular one on here is Euro USD. Let's see what was happening in here. There seems to be a little bit more volatility in here. And, coming into the clock hour in here, it's another area that I like to take some trades right in here. So here you can see what's happening. Prices starting to shift down, and you can clearly see right in here, this is making a equal high on the TTM. So you could just wait for your Oracle signal right in here, and price just really took off. So, and where to exit, you can look to the left, and you have a level right here, and that would have been a nice area to exit. So here we are at the open. So we already have a level here, and we can clearly see a nice divergence area right here. You can see the shift in the oscillator. This is just going a little bit higher on the bottom side. This is making equal highs or just a smidge higher right here. It's doing the opposite. Same thing with the TTM squeeze here. You can really see it shifting up higher this way. And once again, I'm waiting for the buy signal right here. Or if you had an alert set to it, you can wait for the alert to go off, and you can really see the divergence, and manage your trade this way for your points and for your profit. Okay, so this is another area. Let me put a zone. This will be another zone area up this way. So you could have, taken this all the way up to this level right here. So just wanted to show you guys some examples of divergences, especially around the New York Open. These patterns, you will find them daily, and just be on the lookout, especially like these H pattern types. I mean, look at this. This is just, this is a nice little H pattern divergence, and then look at that right to the left. It's a duplicate of it. Let me just mark it here. You can kind of see that price went down right there. So this is what I'm talking about. An H pattern, it just mimics like a lowercase h, and just looking to the left of that, it's the same thing right here. Okay, some of them are a little bit more prominent than others, but you can see that. So these patterns are, you see them all the time. You just have to be aware of where to take your entry, and always look at market structure, because these reversals do happen at market structures, and especially these bullish divergences. Okay, so if you have any questions, please contact us. Information is in the links below. Don't forget to like our channel and give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions on divergences, you can leave messages, or you can join our Discord. And many of us like to trade this strategy, and people are doing pretty good, I would say. A lot of beginners, but they're starting to understand and doing well. So everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care.